Squad back with another reaction. I'm Recklezz.
I'm Chris.
We got the final 48 hours of King Von. You know what I'm saying? Definitely ready to go ahead. Check this one out. This was commented heavy. You know what I'm saying? To react to this. Finally getting it. Huh?
Had like 100 something likes.
Yeah, and it was commented like in different areas and shit. You know what I'm saying? But you already know. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Let's get in this video.
On November 6, 2020, King Von would be one of 5 people shot outside Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta.
Shots fired at Sheik in Monaco.
Around 3:20 a.m., 2 groups of men began arguing outside, leading to gunfire. 2 off-duty police officers were working security at the establishment that night, and they too engaged in the shootout. Because of this, a full investigation was conducted to see whether or not the Atlanta Police Department was involved in his death. Here's what they found retracing his steps for those last 48 hours.
Von, look, I break down the wood, I stuff it with Pat, I drop me a boat, I'm pouring up.
On November 4th, 2020, King Von
That song right there, let us know what that shit is.
Yeah, that's
yeah, I gotta hear that shit.
was in Atlanta, Georgia. He was celebrating the release of his Welcome to O-Block album that dropped just a few days prior. His career was peaking, and every day his music was being discovered by a new audience. There's no question he was about to be a superstar, but the biggest issue Von faced at that time was himself. See, King Von was from the infamous housing projects of Parkway Gardens on the south side of Chicago. Before ever stepping into a booth, he was already very active in the street life. He only decided to rap after beating a murder case in 2017. His reputation only made his music more real for listeners, leading to his blow up just 1 year after that. But it's important to realize when someone lives a life the way Von did before fame, it can be hard to leave that mentality behind, even after finding a way out through music. Because of this, Von had no issue when it came to things like beefing with other rappers. While in Atlanta, an ongoing issue between King Von and rapper NBA Youngboy had been brewing for months. On November 4th, DJ Academics would invite Von onto his podcast to publicly speak about their issues. During the conversation, Von assured his fans that there was no real problem, and it was the internet just trying to make it more than what it was, unknowing at the time that in under 48 hours, this would all come to an end.
Ain't no rap beef, and it ain't no real beef unless somebody got shot or something, or
You know
unless
what
somebody...
people told me? People told me you and Youngboy was beefing or something like that.
I know
You
they
said
be
something
saying
about
that a lot.
what happened, Von? What's going on with you, man?
They be saying that a lot. It's like we got the same interests and hoes, and then you know how the internet will try to make it.
Don't tell me I got problems over girls.
No, it's the internet, gang. It's the you know, they'll try to make it like that because it's the internet.
These issues had been escalating since a few months before, when pictures of King Von and NBA Youngboy's ex-girlfriend surfaced online. From that point forward, the two rappers made it known they didn't like each other through a series of social media posts. With 2 artists this large going back and forth, it was only a matter of time before others got involved as well. One of those people would be Quando Rondo, an artist and friend of NBA Youngboy. Even though Von and Quando were cool at one point, now they weren't. And it just so happens Quando's from Savannah, Georgia, only a 4-hour drive from Atlanta.
I'm saying though, 63rd though. Dirty ass I'm talking about.
So he's playing both sides.
On November 5th, King Von woke up and gathered his entourage. This included himself, his manager, and 20-some others. Around 11 p.m., just 5 hours before his passing, they headed out to Opium nightclub. Von was set to make an appearance and promote his new project. He hopped into his bulletproof Hellcat, followed by 8 other cars filled with...
Then they got a bulletproof Hellcat?
He didn't just say Hellcat, he said bulletproof.
Oh God.
...and promote his new project. He hopped into his bulletproof Hellcat, followed by 8 other cars filled with friends and associates. Around midnight, they arrived. By this time, his manager was taking notice that something was off with Von that night. He couldn't put his finger on it, but he felt like he wasn't himself, almost like he knew. They stayed at Opium for a few hours where everyone appeared to be enjoying themselves. Fans would upload videos online of Von in the club, and from the looks of it, everything seemed normal. But these would be the last videos of King Von smiling we would see.
Hey, you know, it's all love in this tee up shit. I just dropped that on that Welcome to O-Block going crazy. I don't want to thank everybody, you know, going on.
Around 2 a.m., just 2 hours before his time of death, he gathered his crew and they left the venue. According to his manager, everybody thought they were headed back to the Airbnb, but somewhere on their way home, they lost track of Von's car. After realizing they lost him, they began calling his phone to see where he went, as it was very unlike him to leave without saying anything.
So already confusions were already started, because normally if we got an after party or we got anything we're going to, we know as a team. Everybody know to be on point. You know what I'm saying? We're traveling with a real deal gangster, a real stepper. So everybody gonna know how to move. But from that night, I don't know what it was. Maybe it's God timing. I don't know what it was, but Von completely went on his own course.
His manager and more importantly his security went with him everywhere. After calling, they found out he rerouted to an after-hours hookah lounge across town. A little before 3 a.m., Von pulled up to Monaco, but decided to wait in his car while the rest of his entourage was still on their way. About 15 minutes went by, Von still in his bulletproof vehicle staying warm. His manager, followed by 6 other cars, pulled up to the parking lot. He hopped in the car with Von, and once again he said he felt like he wasn't himself. They stayed in there while the rest of his entourage was wondering what was going on. It was a cold night, so they too decided to wait in their cars. After a few minutes of talking, his manager convinced Von it was time to go inside. He let his security team know he was ready to enter, so they did their normal checkup. Around 3:15 a.m., security went into the club and checked it out to make sure it was clear of any threats. With Von being a high-profile rapper, this was a standard procedure for them before entering any venue. They couldn't bring weapons in the club, so security left them in their cars. Right as they were about to walk in, one of Von's friends alerted him that Quando Rondo was in a car just a few feet away. It's unknown if Von got a tip from someone that night about Quando being at the club, or if it was just a coincidence that he rerouted his car to the exact location they would both be at. It's possible it just happened like that, but this could have also been the reason Von seemed off.
She getting a little, Everybody feel with probably like different opinions and shit though.
Yeah.
Why don't eat that nasty ass shit?
Maybe he knew something no one else did. Normally Von was calm, collective, and soft-spoken. Living the life he lived back in Chicago, he knew how to handle these situations. But on this night, Von reacted before anyone could say or do anything. He immediately hopped out of his vehicle, jewelry on and all, not knowing if Quando was alone or if he too had people with him. Only a few moments later, the two would come face to face, and just like Von spoke about before, it was on sight. He threw punches at Quando even before words could be exchanged. Others rushed over as the fight broke out. What Von didn't know was the white vehicle Quando was standing next to had people from his crew inside. At 3:20 a.m., only a few seconds after the fight had started, a gunshot from only a few feet away went off, striking Von in his side and catching him completely off guard. You can see the gunman, who we now know as Lil Tim, coming out from behind the car and firing multiple shots. Von got hit 3 to 4 times and his manager was also hit in the leg. The 2 off-duty police officers working security that night reacted immediately, and they too fired shots into the crowd. But we can confirm now the shots that injured Von came from Quando's side and not the police officers. The police would hit 3 people in total, one of them being Lil Tim. Von laid in the street holding on to Quando until Muop, one of Von's good friends, broke up the fight. At 3:23 a.m., there were injuries on both sides. Instead of waiting for ambulances, their crews drugged their wounded into cars and sped off to the emergency room. According to those in the vehicle with Von, he was still conscious throughout the ride, even telling one of his friends to calm down that he was going to be okay.
Damn.
Around 3:32 a.m., just moments apart from each other, both crews would arrive at Grady Hospital, which was less than 10 minutes away. Quando would start a live stream of himself helping Lil Tim inside the building to try and protect himself in case Von's people ran up on him.
Come on, he's shot. Come on, Vic, bro, you got the up. Come on, cuz, just keep breathing, Vic, bro. Just keep breathing, cuz.
But this wouldn't happen, and nobody else was hurt after the initial conflict at the lounge. Unfortunately though, just after 4 a.m., King Von, along with 2 others who were shot that night, would pass away to their wounds, taking his life and career far too soon. Lil Tim was arrested in Grady Hospital where he was treated for his wounds before being taken into custody. He posted bail the same day and has since been awaiting trial for the murder of King Von.
Somebody kill somebody. Everybody got family. Somebody related to him or somebody kill him. You kill him. Now everybody that he was close with is trying to kill you. It's a never ending. Or they gonna kill. Let's kill somebody close to him. It don't stop. To everybody, all the people that playing the game.
You're not wrong though.
You see what I'm saying? It's the last man standing. It's either you're gonna be in jail, you're gonna die.
Oh God, y'all heard that? Jail or die. Shit, y'all do this, keep doing this shit. Damn. Damn.
That's crazy.
Damn. This eye opener to a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people need to watch this shit.
Yeah.
Oh God, this is definitely an eye opener, man. But y'all already know. Make sure y'all keep commenting down more King Von shit. Definitely gonna react to more whoever got that top. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all already know what it is. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe button, catch y'all.